Hello, and welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. Today is a bit of a, not the usual episode. I am recording from my phone, which I usually only do when I'm away, at a convention or up in the Poconos. But Anchor's web recording is temporarily disabled. And apparently they're working on an update. Would be nice if they'd left it up while working on the update and then updated it and then I could fucking use it. I used, Audacity on Saturday to record the episode because I had so many voicemails that I had to catch up on. And, damn cat. I don't know if that came over there on the phone, but that wasn't a bell. That was a cat tapping her water bowl. But, I had one complaint that there were, 30 to 60 seconds of silence in between segments. Now, I know I've had issues when listening to podcasts via Anchor. In other words, Anchor podcasts on Anchor, where the segments take forever to load from segment to segment, and I just wind up tapping to fast forward to the next one. I don't know why that is. I asked the person in question to clarify, were they listening on Anchor, or was it something that... it wasn't happening to me on Anchor, and I listened on Breaker for a little bit, and I didn't hear the issue. Nobody else has mentioned it, but I figured, let me move to my phone for this one, just in case. So, that's the Anchor issue. Otherwise, today was supposed to have been an interview, but as is becoming par for the course, wires get crossed. When you make these plans a month and a half in advance, sometimes longer, some of these interviews, even with the reminder, people aren't looking for the reminder, and wires get crossed. So we're going to have to punt what would have been tonight's interview on to, I've got over 30 interviews still in the hopper. So we shall see. It's actually becoming like a full-time job. All right, so that's the background. I'm going to step away for a moment, and then we will come back with today's topic. Sounds kind of interesting, right? Maybe, sort of. All right, and we are back. So today I received my Mythoard boxes. Somehow I got 2 subs, and I really should cancel one. But sometimes you get something good that you actually are happy you got multiples of, and sometimes you don't. In which case you give stuff away, and sometimes it's like getting a box of rocks. It's inconsistent in what you get, but that's part of being a grab bag, right? I guess I do Loot Crate too. Loot Crate, if it's not something for me, it's for my daughter-in-law or my niece. There's always somebody. Everything gets accounted for. But Mythoard, apparently there was a hoard of Gygax magazine, issue number 1. Now, I went to the... not the unboxing, I guess the release party, whatever, at the Brooklyn Strat when it came out. And I'm looking at this, February 2013, holy shit. So we're talking 6 years ago for the release of Gygax magazine, issue number 1. But in any case, what is interesting about these copies is that they are signed. Looking at the table of contents area, James Carpio, Tim Kask, Luke Gygax, Ernie Gygax, Jason Elliott, Jim Wampler, And then on the From All of Us page, we have a Luke Gygax, Ernie Gygax, Jason Elliott, Jim Wampler, James Carpio, and Tim Kask again. So these are signed copies that you got in this month's Mythoard. They come polybagged. They are basically mint. Now, I've said this elsewhere. It's probably the first time I'm covering this on the podcast. I like Gygax magazine, or I liked it, and I didn't like it. What do I mean by that? It did an excellent job cloning or simulacrum or aping the feel of classic Dragon magazine from when I came in. The issues in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, to the point where I would fear that this cover might separate after some reading from the staples. Cover art feels that way. The font, the presentation, even the internal layout. If you didn't know any better, it would be like, wow, I'm reading Dragon magazine in an alternate universe where they scratched the name has changed. And then you read the content, and then, well, I'm going to say the content wasn't bad. A lot of it was all over the place, and where Dragon magazine surely delved into science fiction and articles that are a bit off the beaten path. As Gygax magazine went on, sadly my interest in it waned. That's why I didn't resubscribe when the timing would have been up. And I forget how many issues there were. 6, 8. This probably would not have survived even if Gail Gygax hadn't filed legal action to protect her trademark of the name Gygax. Now, not going to go into the depths of depravity that's going to come up if we start delving into what rights Gail has to the name Gygax. What it comes down to is she has the rights, okay? She has, she filed for it in numerous categories. She litigated it. So, but I've got 2 copies now of this. Obviously, I'll give one away probably in the springtime. For those that are wondering about What's Our Christmas, I might get to it tonight. I don't know, man. I'm still feeling drawn and worn out from whatever the hell it is I'm fighting. And now I'm getting that little scratch at the back of the throat. The one that usually means that you got a lot of phlegm going, postnasal drip, runny nose. So I don't think it's actually a sore throat per se. I just think it's irritation from phlegm and mucus. I know you all want to hear that shit. I know. You're like, woohoo! But, yeah. So during the day and at night, it takes a lot of motivation to even do 20 minutes on the my new exercise bike, and I didn't do it today. Tomorrow I go physical therapy, so I won't be doing it tomorrow. I will try to get the What's Our Christmas post. If I was smart, and I'm not saying I'm not smart, I'm not saying I am smart, but if I was smart, I would start working on it tonight and finish it tomorrow, and therefore it doesn't feel as overwhelming as it could be. And then I gotta start catching up on emails and other communications. I know. And the joke's on me, because didn't I say sometime last week I need to get sick enough I could just stay home in bed? I am just not sick enough to stay home in bed, but I am sick enough not to want to be able to do jack shit, including watching TV. I want to vegetate and zone out. Ain't good. All right, folks. So to wrap it up, the other thing that came of note was the Forest of Deceit. Before I forget that. That's from Eldritch Entertainment. This came out in 2002. The Eldritch Entertainment stuff is, I don't know. some of it's good. Some of it isn't so good. I don't think any of it's horrible. I don't think any of it's awesome. Chris's stuff comes off as good, but they still they stayed away from the OGL, so they use their own percentile system, and then you got to translate it, and I just find it annoying. So I guess I take a notch off for that. But hey, it's something I can bring to the next convention and have Chris sign. So there you go. And I can be like everybody else now, like running around looking for signatures of people. I know. Now I'm really rambling. I need to take more meds so I can ramble more. Just go off course. All right, folks. Hopefully my web interface is back soon. Not that I don't mind recording on my phone, but it just isn't the same for me. All right. On that note, be safe, be healthy, God bless, roll your dice well, and I will talk with you all tomorrow. Later, folks.